डॉक्टर अमानी असफुर ने मेडिसिन, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एंड खवातीन के मजबूत किरदार के हवाले से साबित कदमी से बहुत सी मुश्किलात का सामना करते हुए एक अहम किरदार अदा किया। कायरो यूनिवर्सिटी की फैकल्टी ऑफ मेडिसिन से पीडियाट्रिक्स में स्पेशलाइजेशन के साथ फारिगुल तहसील होने वाली डॉक्टर अमानी असफुर की जिंदगी ने उनकी तालीम के दौरान ही एक नया मोड़ ले लिया था, जब उन्होंने तभी तिब्बी आलात बनाने वाली एक ऐसी कंपनी की बुनियाद रख दी थी जो आज 30 से ज्यादा मुख्तलिफ ब्रांड्स मुतारिफ करवा चुकी है। 1995 में डॉक्टर अमानी ने अपनी कायदाना सलाहियतों का इस्तेमाल करते हुए इजिप्शियन बिजनेस वुमेन एसोसिएशन की बुनियाद रखी, जिसने मिस्र में खवातीन को कारोबार की तरफ राग़िब करने और माशी तौर पर बाइख्तियार बनाने में एक अहम किरदार अदा किया। उन्होंने कारोबारी खवातीन को इंटरनेशनल मार्केट्स तक रसाई दिलवाने और फैसला साजी की पोजीशंस में खवातीन की शमूलियत को यकीनी बनाने में भी एक अहम किरदार अदा किया। डॉक्टर अमानी के 2 बड़े मौसर मंसूबों में हैटशिपुट बिजनेस वुमेन डेवलपमेंट सेंटर का कयाम और मिस्र, सूडान और इथोपिया में कारोबारी खवातीन की मदद करने वाला एक प्रोग्राम शामिल है। अफ्रीकन ट्रेनिंग सेंटर की बानी और चेयरपर्सन के तौर पे उन्होंने अफ्रीका बिजनेस काउंसिल की जानिब से अफ्रीका बिजनेस काउंसिल की सदर मुंतखब होने के बाद अपने असरो रसूख को इस्तेमाल करते हुए अफ्रीका के निजी शोबे के तरक्की के लिए आवाज बुलंद की। डॉक्टर अमानी कहती हैं कि खवातीन को माशी तौर पर खुद मुख्तार बनाना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि माली इस्तेहकाम उन्हें इंतखाब और आवाज की ताकत देता है। हम डॉक्टर अमानी असफुर को अरब और अफ्रीकी खवातीन की समाजी और कारोबारी तरक्की के लिए एक लीडर का किरदार अदा करने पर खिराज तहसीन पेश करता है। Tell us about yourself.
I am Dr. Amany Asfour. I am a professor of pediatrics. I wear many hats. Actually, I am I was the world president of the International Federation of Business and Professional Women, which is the biggest and oldest association in the world for women empowerment since 1930. I was the first woman from Arab country, Muslim country, to be the head of this big organization. On another level, I am also the president for the African Alliance for Women Empowerment. I am the president for the Egyptian Business Association, and currently I hold the continental organization. I am the president of the Africa Business Council, which is established by the heads of state of all African continent to be the voice of the African private sector. So I wear many hats. My passion really is about economic empowerment of women. So I really believe that it is very important to have our activities and our studies. And I started my company actually when I was a medical student, and that's really gave me the whole vision of why women should be empowered. Because this gave me the great motivation. I mean, I started it very by accident. I always like voluntary work. I believe it is very important. And I joined an organization called Young Doctors Association when I was a student. So I was asked at some point to help my professors to organize an international medical conference and find sponsors. So when I tried to find sponsors among the medical equipment, I said, why don't I own my own medical equipment company? And that's how it was. I didn't know at that time that I am an entrepreneur. I just realized afterwards, what does it mean, entrepreneurship? That you have this idea and you want to realize it. So I went to my parents, I told them, I want to own a company. They said, okay, there is no law which prevents you from owning a company and starting your own company. Just go and do it.
How do you continue to grow and develop as a person you are today?
Well, I believe I grow when I help others to grow. And that's actually my vision, how to empower young girls, the girls who didn't have the advantage I had when I was young. So I'm really looking forward. That's why When my company, when I started, became, thank God, successful. I started the Egyptian Business Women Association, which why my dream actually was to have a business incubator, to grant for the young girls a space like I did it when I was young. My organization granted me a small space to start my own company, and then to have a training center to train the women and build their capacity, to really promote entrepreneurship, to advocate for the policies, which is actually for women empowerment. So as I found that, again, Egyptian Business Association on a national level is not really, it cannot do what it has to do. That's why I joined the International Federation of Business and Professional Women with 100 countries to make our voices more heard, to maximize our advocacy campaigns. I also established the Afro-Arab Alliance for Women Empowerment, so that we see what is really needed for the advocacy pillars with reference to the women entrepreneurs.
Did you face any pressures while working in your field?
There is always pressure everywhere, but the issue is how you are empowered since you were young. And that's exactly what I am trying to say, that the young girls should be empowered to raise their voices, not to be oppressed, and to see how they can really do it. Like my parents, thank God, always empowered me. They always told me there is no, don't take no for an answer, for instance. I always have to negotiate. And we know the principle of that. You don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate for. So you have to raise your voice. And that's exactly what we are trying to do now with our with our organization, and to see how we empower women. So I call it actually, and I said it many times, the triad of empowerment with 3 pillars. Personal empowerment programs, how we build the capacity of the girl and the women to raise her voice, how we train her, how we give her awareness, we give her education, knowledge about what she's starting. So this is all tools for her to build her personality and build her capacity to lead the company, to deal with banks, to provide her service. The second pillar really is about policy advocacy. What do the governments have to do in order to empower the women, in order actually to invest in our human resources? And I always say that it's not about the men and women, it's about human resources, building the capacity of our human resources, investing in our human capital is a huge, really, asset to our countries. So education, many of us really, financial inclusion, how to access to finance. And the third pillar, as I always say, is about product development. So what product are we offering to the society? Whether it's a service or a real product, this product has to be competitive, has to be quality, standardized, value added. So in order to reach this, we need to have capacity building programs. We need to have business incubators, just like this was my dream when I was young, how to get a space, how to be trained, how to get a voice, how to get to access the international market, how to link science and technology with actually industry and promote our women and young in STEM education, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. So the holistic approach of women empowerment is of a huge importance, and this has to be through networks, through amplifying our voices, through coming together, all of us, and changing the mindset.
What qualities are lacking among today's women?
First, motivation. I believe this is number one, how to motivate the girls and the women to have real, to be, and this is according actually by role models. I mean, Ham Network here and all this award is about really showing the role models of the women across the world and how to motivate our young girls and how to let them really dream and let them know that the sky has no limit. There is nothing called impossible, but the whole issue is really to realize our dreams and to be successful. I have an ingredient which I call it the recipe of success. The recipe of success is about 5 P's, I always say. It's about to be pioneer, about what you're doing, passionate, planning, performance, and persistence.
What advice would you give to the next generation or leaders?
The next generation of leaders is very important to be really to raise our voice. You know, so when I started promoting economic empowerment of women, it's like was a broken record. Everyone I see, I say economic empowerment of women, women in STEM education. I was known for that. But now it's in policies in our African Union, it's the UN Women. I started to make this really, so when you believe in something, you have to really fight for it. And you have to believe in yourself. There is nobody that will really empower you except you empowering yourself.
What do you think about the initiative of Hum Women Leaders Award?
I applaud Hum TV, I applaud the Hum Network because it is really showing the role models in diverse cultures, in different opportunities. So it gives the real motivation for the girls. It shows what we are doing in different sectors. I mean, all of us women, I am working for economic empowerment of women, others for political empowerment, social empowerment. All of us really needs to unite, and that's why, and to show to the world what we are doing. And the Hum Network, I think, is taking a role, a lead on that. We are happy. I am happy to be here in Pakistan and to have this great award that is nominated. And I really congratulate Hum Network for this because they are looking for women across the world.